Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to an episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Friday. Welcome into the show. Welcome into the jungle, as I like to call it. Savannah is not here with us today, so she cannot get on to me. But hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into the show. Heading into the weekend today. Maybe if you work 410s and fall time slowed you down a little bit, then you may be taking the day off, running some errands in the truck, spend some time with family. All those things would be awesome. Super excited for you if that is the case. If you're out working today, if you're listening in real time, well, man, crush it. Fall Rush is here, and don't get left behind. This is your last push to pad the stats, add a lot of revenue to the bank before the season ends. And so I want to see you out working, growing, crushing, all the things in business as well. It has been a busy year. It's been a big year. It's been an exciting year. It's been a challenging year. It's been a fun year. All of the emotions go into this year so far. We've had ups, we've had downs, good and bad. And I am excited to be where we are today based off of what we're going to be heading into 2025 with. It's very exciting. It's a really encouraging point to be at. Again, it has not been all good by any stretch of the imagination. We've had our bad moments, we've had our down moments, but it has been one that I've looked back on. I can look back on in a little over 2 months, or a little under 2 months, I guess you could say, from ending the year here in 2024. I could look back on the year and say this was a good year. We learned a lot in a lot of different areas, and it was good. It just overall, it was good. And so I hope that you've had a good year. I hope that this podcast has helped you in some way, shape, or form. It means the world that we get to do this 3 times a week for real. I usually say that at the end of the show. Maybe if you're one that doesn't listen to the end of the show, I want to make sure that you know that in the beginning today, that we appreciate you, we appreciate your listenership, your just support of the show. The biggest way for you to support our show, if you care about that, if you ask, man, this has added some value to my life, what can I do to give to Jeremiah, to the show, to make a difference? It is, 1, keep listening, and 2, share the show with your friends, because we all have people in our inner circles that maybe run in the green industry. Maybe they're not in the green industry, but they own their own business. A lot of the things we talk about here on this podcast are entrepreneurship focused and leadership focused, not just the green industry. I very rarely actually talk about things that are only pointed towards the green industry. And so I hope that can relate to you. I hope that you realize that, and that you have the opportunity to share the show with someone else and leave 5-star ratings and reviews, because that's how we grow the show. We're here to grow the show and grow the community one relationship at a time. And by you sharing the show, it helps us do that. And so I am super appreciative. I don't ever want to let that go by without letting you know that, because it truly does mean so much to me. Coming off the heels of LAL and Equip 2024, both of some of the largest community events, I get to meet and see so many of you people that old friends who have been meeting and seeing for 3 and 4 years now, that listen to the show since the beginning, and then new friends, new people that are in the family now, because you listen, you follow along, you're in tune with what we got going on, and it's good to meet you. It's good to hang out, because that is literally like you're coming into our growth-minded family of people that want to get better, they want to grow, they want to learn. And today I want to talk about the growing, the learning, and what all that entails, what all that means. And does grow mean have some $5 million company, right? That's not necessarily what I want to try to relate to you all the time. So I want to set some things straight. I've done a podcast, a couple on this. I've said it many times before. You don't have to grow a $5 million company to quote unquote grow. Plenty of ways to grow. There are plenty of ways to grow your company. There's ways to increase revenue without actually growing in size. You can increase price on customers. You can get more efficient. You can do all kinds of things to get creative and add more revenue to the bank account. You can also add more profit. That's going to be something you're more likely to do. Growing the top line is a little bit harder to do without actually adding customers and growing by numbers. But if you want to add to the bottom line, that is much more doable through some other activities as far as getting more efficient, saving money in certain areas, and mechanizing as well. Mechanizing can save you a lot of money and labor over time. So I want to talk about today the life that you want to have. That was a good title, right? Creating the life you want. The life you want to have. Create the life that you want. And so what I want you to take away from today's show is just that you think for yourself. No one thinks for you. No one, I don't ever want to shove my agenda down your throat. I never want that to be the case if you're listening to our show. And I hope that like you can gain a little bit of respect for me for that, because I don't want you to do what I'm doing just because I say do it, right? And just because I say that's what I'm doing, because that's never what I want. I want you to create the life that you want to have. And you take the principles that we talk about at the show and implement those in your life, no matter what you do. You may not even own a business, but what are some principles that we talk about on our show on a daily basis that you can look at and say, you know what, these are common trends between successful people. This may be something good for me to look into and start doing. And so that's really what I want to get across today. And it's going to be a short little show here, 20-25 minutes, but I want to talk through a few things, and I actually think there's going to be a ton of value in this. So stick it out, and let's see what we get into today. But first, before we get into it, one last final thing here. One thank you. I want to say thank you to LMN, LMN Software, Landscape Management Network. It's been such a huge addition to my company this year. The people, the friendships, the relationships I've gained from growing this, growing in the community, in the LMN network, it's been so cool to connect with other users and things along the way. The staff, the onboard specialists there that help you get in, like you get to become friends with them. You see them, you talk to them so much, they help you, and it's super encouraging to see as my company's grown this year, what an asset that software has been to us. And so thank you to LMM. If you are on the fence about it, maybe you don't even know if you should be doing it yet, book a demo, sign up, book a demo. There's a crazy good Black Friday sale right now. And so I want you to go to the link in the show notes today and just click on that link that says LMN. I think it says 10% off in the show notes, but just click on that link. It'll take you to the LMN sign up page, and you'll see the information there. You can use the code there for the Black Friday sale, but that also gives us a little kickback as well for helping refer you to the network and get your business on a new track for sure. So thank you to those people over there, the friends at LMN. So many great people on the team, and I hope that it can help you as well. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. I don't say that just to say, hey, it gives me a kickback. Like, yeah, we get a kickback, we get some help from it, but that's not why I'm saying it. I would say if I had no code, like screw the codes. If I didn't have any of that, I would still say, hey, this is going to help change your business. Go check it out. You will see breakthrough if we use this thing to its full advantage. So what I want to hop into today, like I said, creating the life that you want. I want to, first off, let's hop into where we're going. What is Growing Green doing this year? Growing Green is growing. This is something that has kind of been a common topic in the industry right now is the word growth. And I think that you need to decide what growth looks like for you. What aligns with your lifestyle and your personal values and your family goals? For me, we are at a point where I want to grow my company to a larger size. I want some more time freedom. I want some more financial freedom. I want to be able to help more people in our company as we grow. In turn, that means hiring more people, growing revenue, gaining new customers, all of the things. And we're going to incur a lot of costs to do that, right? There's going to be a lot of stress involved. There's going to be things that break, things that go wrong. That's just part of growth. But I have a good team of people around me, a good community out there like you guys that are going to help me grow and give me advice along the way. So I am very, very excited to do it. It's going to be challenging, but I am ready for the challenge. So that's kind of, if you're new to the show, maybe you're just listening in, I wanted to just lay that out there for you. Like, we are in an actual growth mode as far as growing the top line numbers, growing customers, so on and so forth. So when you hear us talk about that on the show, that is what I'm talking about when I say growth as far as relating to my company. It doesn't mean you have to do it, right? It doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Early on in my business, I realized that I had to design the life that I wanted, and it's been an ever-changing thing so far. I realized that, like, I have to be self-aware of what success looks like for me and my family and in our business. And when I started the company early on, it was very easy to go out, grind, take on every single job that was out there, and realize that I was not spending any time with Savannah. I wasn't spending any time with Jack in his first year of life. Like, I had refined some things by the time Jack was born, but we were still working a ton. I was still very, very heavy in the field. That's changed a little bit in the last 12 to 18 months, but I realized that I had to make some changes and realize that I had to get out of the field some if I wanted to grow the family literally grow our family and grow the company, because it just wasn't going to work. I was going to get burnt out. I wasn't going to be able to keep it up. It wasn't going to be, it just wasn't going to be possible. I decided that I had to start growing our landscape company. I wanted to start focusing on higher end projects. Higher end is relative, right? I'm doing $5,000 to $20,000 projects, not $100,000 projects. But it allows me, doing those landscape projects, allowed me to put some more money in the bank and change up add additional services. So it allowed us to eventually split into 2 crews like we did this year. We also get to bill out at a higher hourly rate than we do mowing. And so it helps pad the stats a little bit, helps put a little bit more profit in the bank account, and helps fuel the growth some more by having those landscape installs come in. You can grow doing only maintenance. It's possible. Plenty of people do it. But by pivoting, doing a little more landscaping a couple years ago, when I started doing that, then I realized that, hey, there's some good money in this. I can add some really good profit to the bank account if we do this the right way. So switching to higher end has made a difference to me, but it doesn't mean you have to, right? And here's the thing. I'm going to give you an example here of someone who stays small, switch to the design build, and can produce higher revenue per hour. So you do what works for you. I think that if I was going to stay small, I would want to switch to the design build portion, strictly because I control my schedule a lot more than I do if I'm mowing. If you're mowing, you're going to be mowing for 30 to 35 weeks out of the year, guaranteed, no matter what, almost all the time. You do design build, you can create the schedule that you want. You want to schedule a job and then take the week of 4th of July off? Awesome. You and your 1 or 2 guys, you bust your butts, you get your jobs done, and you say, hey, we're off this week. We're not, or you don't have to tell your customer that. You just say, hey, we're booked. We can't get there until the 2nd week of July. And meanwhile, the first week you're at the beach somewhere, right? Like that's the freedom you have in doing design build. One of the first people that comes to mind when I think about staying small versus growing in the design build space as well is Keegan. Keegan, I can't think of Keegan's last name, but he's with Mountain Strong Landscaping, and he is up in West Virginia, maybe Forgive me, Keegan, if you're listening and I got that wrong. But he's in West Virginia, maybe PA. Maybe he's in PA. I don't know. Keegan's got a really cool story, though. Him and his brother run an awesome hardscape design build company. I love following their stuff on Instagram. It's so cool. His projects are so beautiful. He has a very good niche that he's in, and he's a perfect example of he's staying small. It's him and his brother that run the thing. He probably makes crazy tons of profit if he is charging what he should be charging, and I imagine he is because he's using Synced Up, which is an amazing software if you're doing hardscaping. Then I want to and I want to relay this to you of there is an opportunity to do this. Keegan's doing it right in front of you. And so I'm not saying you have to grow. I'm just saying, and Keegan knows this. We've talked about this. Keegan also has to realize that, hey, he goes down, he drops a block on his foot and crushes his foot and breaks it. How long's he had to work? Right? How long, all of his projects just go to a halt. He's got his brother, and maybe he could source some help, but it's a much bigger issue than if you had 5 field guys and he was selling. You can sell from a computer, you can sell from a car, you can sell over the phone. But when you're putting in the work like that, laying blocks, slinging pavers, it's a different story. And so I'm sure Keegan has his life set up to where he has things, he has contingencies in place where if something does happen, at least I hope he does. But I just want you to realize that there is a way to do it. It's just going to look a little different than definitely someone who grows with 5 or 10 field employees. And so as long as you know where your priorities are, it's going to help you make a better decision on this growth thing. Are your priorities being able to go wherever you want, whenever you want? Is it family time at home in the evenings? Is it financial freedom? Is it time freedom? Right? Those financial freedom and time freedom, I feel are what we come back to at the end of the day. That's almost the source of every conversation is either having some sort of financial freedom or some sort of time freedom, and everything else kind of falls in line after that. You want to be able to give to people. You want to be able to help people a lot. Well, you got to have money and you got to have time. Now, you don't have to have both of those usually, but you got to have one of the two. It's great to have both of them. I want to have both of them. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to give to people. And I also want to be able to go. When we had these hurricanes, we didn't get them, but North Carolina had these hurricanes a couple weeks ago. I would have loved nothing more than to walk up there with a check for $2 million or $1 million or whatever the number is that they needed, and give my time to work on the front lines, cutting trees, clearing trees, take a machine up there, and be the hands and feet of Jesus. And I'm in a position where I can't do that yet, and it's annoying. It bugs me. I really wanted to do that this year, but guess what? Natural disasters are going to keep happening. There will be opportunity. But that's the perfect example of I want to be able to have the time freedom and the financial freedom. I'm a giver at heart. I love it. It's I don't know if giving is a love language, but if it is giving, then it would be mine. Because I hate receiving gifts. I love giving gifts. If it was up to me, I would, anytime anybody said, I would I can tell they're passionate about it. Not I just sit on a whim, but they're passionate about it. They're doing good things in life, but the career they chose just doesn't allow them to have financial freedom. But they're doing really good things and helping a lot of people. Anytime I hear them say oh man, I really I love this truck. I want this car. It'd be awesome to have, or I want this bike or whatever it is. Love motorcycles. I want nothing more than to be able to go write a check for that and say, here you go. Enjoy it. And be done. Hands off, no strings attached. Just give that. And so those are the things that drive me. It's family time. And it is just time freedom and financial freedom. So figure those things out as you go. And that's going to help you with the conversation of, do I stay small or do I grow? I also want you to align your goals. When you align your goals with your family, with your wife, and even if you have older kids, what are their goals? What do they want to do? Are they wanting to play baseball, hockey, soccer, whatever it is? Are they wanting to get into sports? They want to be in the chess club, or they want to do choir? What can you do to help your schedule align with those goals as well? You also, just let me just give you some examples of a growth focused goal versus a life focused goal. I'm sorry. If you're wanting to like grow the company large, when you decide to take on like a big commercial project and set a goal of increasing the revenue by 30% in a year, right? That's how you take on a big growth focused goal that requires you to go out of your comfort zone. It requires you to hire new crews and invest in new equipment, and it challenges you, but it also aligns with the vision of growing the company, right? If you want to stay like a life-focused goal, then like talk about this and compare it with a lawn provider who keeps their client base within like 50 to 75 customers that are paying a premium. There's no need for you to go out there and run yourself ragged for $30 lawns. It's just not a case. It's not a thing. It doesn't have to be a thing. Make changes and get good customers that really appreciate you. And so you're not going to grow very fast per se. It's not rapid, but you're going to create a company that sustains you and brings you good income for a long time down the road. And so when I realized that I was going to I think that I'm trying to think of a time like when I started my company, from starting to now, when I went too fast. I think that I tell you what, I know exactly what a good point is I wanted to grow in 2019 or 2020. Maybe it was 2020. I think it was 2020. What is this? 24. Bought it in 23. Sold it in 22. Had it for a year. 21. It's 21. 2021, I bought my Chevy Duramax. It was a 2500. It was an LTZ. I loved it. I was like, oh man, it's great. First truck, big purchase, all the things, right? I was young. I was 20. I was 21 at that point. It was awesome. I realized that I was like, oh, I'm going to grow. We're going to scale. We're going to figure it out. We need a truck. I bought that truck too early, and I had to scale back to be able to grow now. And so that truck was more of a hindrance to me than a growth, honestly. It wasn't a good purchase. It was not a good purchase. I didn't need it. And I realized a year into having it that I needed to make a change. And so I sold that truck, went back to driving my original Chevy 1500 with like a 4.8 in it, pulled mowers for 8 months on that, pulled dump trailer on that for a while. It was super sketch. Don't recommend it, but we did it. And so I went through that stuff and I realized, yeah, you know what? I tried to grow. I tried to make a move, not grow. I tried to make a move that I shouldn't have made as soon as I did. And so that partly comes from like uneducated. That's an uneducated move. I didn't do the research that I should have, so on and so forth. So that's just a good example of a move that I made too early on in business that I had to go back and walk back to then grow in the future. I also want to talk real quick about what does it look like to actually scale up a company versus staying small. I'll give you real examples. When your company takes on large projects like landscape installs, the benefits are increased revenue, right? You get crazy good amounts of revenue per hour on these jobs. You also get to build a really good name for yourself because when you start building and people start seeing the work you do, they're likely to refer you faster because it's to friends in higher end circles, I guess you could say, because they're like, people come over and like, man, your grass looks good. That's awesome. But when you come over and you have an outdoor space, you have a landscape, they're like, man, that's awesome. You throw some lighting in it. It looks good at night. People are going to be like, yeah, Growing Green did that. They did an awesome job, didn't they? Go check them out. So you get way more money potentially than you do mowing. And I'm not saying that you can make money mowing, right? Don't hear me say that because I'm a huge advocate for that. You can make money mowing, but you can make a bunch of money on the landscape side. You get to grow your presence faster, maybe faster, but I feel like you just get a better name when you do really good work. You also get good equipment along the way. If you mechanize the way you should, your life will be made easier. We're on a 17 pallet sod job right now, and I've had a machine on it for 3 days in a row. I've raked for 20 minutes the entire job. We put in 4 yards of riprap, never touched a rock, and you just like go pick it up, throw it in the dump trailer, dump it out, scoot with the machine, go dump it. Hands never touched it. We're taking out, let's see, what is, I don't know. Let me do this math real time. How much material can fit in a 7 by 14 dump trailer with 4-foot walls? Oh no, 2-foot walls. I'm sorry. Is it 2 foot or 4 foot? I think it's 2. 7. Did I say 4 foot by 14? I typed this in 4 by 14. A 7 by 14 dump trailer with 2-foot walls. Let's put this in here and see what the old Googly says, because I want to actually give you a somewhat decent number. Here we go. Converting cubic feet, converting to yards. 7 yards per dump trailer. Yeah, that's about right, probably. So I've taken away 21 yards of dirt, roughly, dirt, debris, roots, all those. I've taken away 20-something yards of debris and haven't touched it. I used a machine, loaded it, taken it, dumped it, done it all over again. And so equipment, mechanization will change the company. It will help you grow. You will see positives from it, I promise. Some of the downsides, though, you will be stressed. Don't make this decision. Don't decide to grow if you're not ready to handle some stress, because guess what? It's going to happen. Regardless of whether you like it or not, you want to or you don't want to, you will have more stress. Your payroll is going to be higher. That's an added stressor, right? Payroll starts coming in. You got 4, 5, 6 guys. You're looking at $5,000 to $6,000 a week almost between what they take home and their taxes. When you're doing it the right way, like, it adds up. And so you also have to look at adding 5 or 6 people. Managing 5 or 6 people is not easy. It's not easy. It's not anywhere close to easy. It's tough, actually. It's hard. And so one of the hardest things I've done up to this point is learn how to lead people. Still haven't figured it out. Still going, like, trying to figure it out daily. But if you want to grow, you have to learn how to lead people. You have to learn how to relate to people. You have to learn how to teach and guide people. And so those are some of the things that I'm like learning and trying to figure it out as we grow. Staying small, though, staying small is something that you can do. And I want to talk about like an examples of the good and the bad, right? There is plenty of benefits to it. You have lower overhead costs and you got more control over the quality, and just overall you have fewer headaches from customers, complaints, things like that. And so it's one of those things where I do remember the time where I was on the truck every single day. I rarely went back to a yard to fix anything. I rarely got a call complaining about something got missed. Rarely got calls about something getting broken. And that was just life, right? But new challenges, new growth, new problems. And so it has been the past 18 months that as I've not been in the field, we've battled some quality issues, not a bunch, but some. Battled some quality issues. We have also battled the breakages, the costs involved with that. And so it is definitely one of those things that you have to be prepared for whatever it is, whatever stressors you want. Like, you just pick the stressors that you want, because you're going to have stress either way, right? The stress is, if you do stay small, you're not going to make as much money as a large company will. It's fact. Like, if you grow a $5 million company as the owner, you're going to take a pretty hefty paycheck away from that if you do it right. You're not going to make that money to being a solo operator. It's just not going to happen. And you also don't have the time freedom and the financial freedom. The time freedom is something that you're going to be locked into. You're going to be locked into the summer routes for 40 weeks a year, 30 to 40 weeks a year, 52 if you're or 45 if you're in the South, right? Because you'll go bi-weekly for 6 or 8 weeks. But anyway, there's good and bad to both. Just pick which one works for you. I think that at the end of the day, right, I told you to be a 15, 20-minute show. I don't want to go much longer. We're coming up on 30. At the end of the day is you want to build a business that serves your lifestyle, not the other way around. You don't want, you do not want to serve your business. You want your business to serve your lifestyle. That's the kind of business you want to grow. And so you want to serve your employees, right? You want to help them grow, but you want to have a business that serves your life. Do not be slave to your company. Growth is good. Growth is good. It's not for everybody. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and that's okay. You have to do what works for you. So I'm just etching this in history, in stone, as you hear me talk about growth the next 12 to 36 months of us on our growth journey. Remember this episode, creating the life that you want. I want you to take a moment for you to stop and look at your business and your goals. Write them down. Stick them on a wall. What is it? What are they? Make a plan to pursue those and realize there is no one-size-fits-all answer. You choose what works for you. And hear me say, you do not have to grow a $5 million company to be happy. It doesn't have to happen. So when we talk about growth, am I going to be talking about growing a large company? Yes. Doesn't mean you have to. It does not mean you have to. So I just wanted to come in today, lay that out there for you, make you realize, or hopefully just bring to your forefront that there are options. There are ways around growing a large company but still want to have money, right? You can make more money. You can charge higher prices, have really good quality. You'll create a really good reputation in the community, and people will love you. You just have to give up a few other things. Just create a life that fulfills you, that sustains you and your wife and your family, and you will be happy in the end. I guarantee it. Thank you for tuning in to the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a real one. It's been a raw one. It's been one that I hopefully motivates you, and hope that you can take some things from heading into the next couple months, the next year in 2025, and see good growth patterns, no matter whether it's growing top line revenue and bottom line revenue, or just growing that bottom line, getting really, really efficient, mechanizing, and seeing breakthrough in your company there as well. But without any further ado, guys, I appreciate it. Leave us a big 5-star rating and review. That's going to wrap this one up. We look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.